Alright, what's up everybody? It's Leeds and we're back for some more Pyre Community RITE NITE, which means, of course, some good old-fashioned multiplayer Pyre featuring first and foremost none other than the members of the RITE Club Discord server, the place for all things multiplayer Pyre. And if you're interested in getting more involved in multiplayer Pyre, then that is the place to be. You can join said Discord group by clicking on that link right there. But those of you in chat, you are not off the hook. No, because you see the red circle with the white L below chat. You click on that, you'll find all the various requests that you can make today, including things ranging from selecting players' exiles, masteries, songs, arenas, even Titan stars are all fair game. So, without further ado, let's hop into versus mode here and get ourselves started. We'll head back to our default settings, but let me know if anybody in chat would like to get us started today. Make sure I have the Steam friends up. Oh, Steam friends. Oh, Steam friends, there it is. All right. So I'm good to go. Whenever you guys are, actually, let me pop into said Discord group. Then I will be good to go. All right. Now I'm all set. Now I'm all set. Is there anyone in chat who would like to get us started today? And I suppose also, of course, we could have requests for this first one, but we'll need to have some people in for that first match, first and foremost, of course. Have people been watching the World Cup? May or may not have just been a very exciting game that just finished just before we started things up here. Which, no, I won't spoil it. I won't spoil it. In case there are those who have not yet seen what the final result was, but it was a good one. It was definitely a good one. Let's see. So, of course, I can jump in as one of the two people here to start things off if necessary, if we don't have too many people who are ready to hop straight in. I can do that much. Or perhaps everyone is out at the watching the World Cup. No. Oh yeah, no, everyone has gone to Qatar. Hold on, let me refresh chat here. I'm a little suspicious. It may not be properly populating for me. Odd. It's doing some potentially funky stuff, but I can't confirm one way or the other it is actually working as intended or not. I should also note, we are, of course, working our way back from having lost my voice for a while. And so, was thinking we're probably looking at going for in between 1 to 2 hours today, somewhere along those lines, of course, depending a little bit on how I'm holding up once we start getting toward the latter end of the stream, but we'll see. We'll see how we're going. Otherwise, though, I mean, let's see. So, in the absence of other people from chat being ready to jump in, I mean, well, we could do something against... Do me against the CPU? We could do the CPU versus CPU showdown that every once in a while, people have said they've had some interest in that, just to see what happens when they try to, I mean, it might have even been people were interested in a tournament of sorts like that, where obviously you can't really say anything definitive as to whether one team is going to be better than another, so it's pretty much just pure chance. But, I mean, can we even do double CPU? Hold on. How does one even do that? Oh, you can. Yeah, I mean, it is possible. I mean, having a 3 versus a 1 is maybe not the most effective strategy, but, like, what happens if we do this? If we turn Customize off for both of them. CPU strength 5 for both of them. We'll go Talismans, we'll go Mastery, so all those things will be randomized, including characters as well. And we just see what happens? I don't know, it's been, I suppose, an experiment that people have been kind of curious about in the past, so why not? We'll see what happens. Any new and daring strats that the CPUs will unveil here?
Good evening, exiles. You stand upon the nest of Priesta. Here you may yet prove your worth. Try not to let the pressure get to you. Pyre hearts, stand ready. Dissidents, stand ready.
Or I suppose it could come down to whichever triumvirate you personally prefer. So we have Harp, Crone, Sap on the side of the Pyre Hearts. We have Worm, Demon, and a second Worm on the side of the Dissidents. Oddly enough, the Dissidents have more worms than the Pyre Hearts do right now. But we'll see. Oh, everyone banished on the Pyre Hearts side, and Dissidents quick enough to make this one in for 15. But no prayer reads on Gil, and of course we don't know definitively what the talismans, or masteries for that matter, are, given how we have turned Customize off here, but we know that much. Mooncrest on Pamitha, means she will come back more quickly, and that actually was a big difference maker there, as it nearly prevented this score, but that was an unblockable worm throw for a whopping 1 point of damage. That is actually extremely difficult to do. Get just 1 point of damage. It might be that there's a stubborn flame on Vorfrit there. Wouldn't rule that out. That might be one of the reasons why it's more likely for that to happen. But Pamitha plunges. No prayer beads on her either, though. And, well, Dissidents leave their Pyre largely undefended here. Which means good for 30 damage on that Crone Plunge from Vorfrit for the Pyre Hearts. Well placed Sapling. Pamitha into the lava she goes. But Volfred, I mean, the Pyre is undefended, and the orb was just standing there. So that was definitely an opportunity that Volfred opted not to seize upon. Perhaps Pamitha will, as she almost banishes the entirety of the Dissidents. But the Dissidents hold on, and we're starting a counterattack. But Pamitha shuts that down. Volfred insists on throwing. Some interesting throwing options on both sides there, where not obvious reasons to do so, but they've opted to do so nonetheless. When perhaps more straightforward approaches would have been preferable. But no one on the Pyre Heart side here. So time for 15 damage Worm Plunge for the Dissidents. Volfred, I mean, that's kind of what I meant. Wasn't a wide open gap, but there was probably an opportunity to score. Well, Volfred does make it in for 30. That is worth more than a sapped plunge, I suppose. And does mean one score could potentially be all that the Pyre Hearts need here. Again, we don't know what the talismans are because this is a Customize off match, so there's a chance that there's an unexpected 20 rekindling coming from the RITE NITE talisman on one of the Dissidents players, but can neither confirm nor deny that yet. Pamitha comes back quickly with Mooncrest. Distinct numbers advantage here for the Dissidents, but haven't been able to do much to put significant pressure on the Pyre Hearts just yet. In fact, Pyre Hearts have the orb back here. Nearly a well-timed seize chance from the Dissidents. But I think both the Pyre Hearts and the Dissidents had someone who could move at that point in time. Oh, Pyre Hearts defenseless for several seconds here. Definitely time for the Dissidents in that case. What's up, Cacao? How are you? Both players approaching very slowly towards the orb. Jody. Distance can't decide who should move forward with the orb here. And that worm throw will be short, but here comes Jody. Ametha back to defend just in time. What's up, Honor? How are you? Yes, this is indeed bot versus bot at the moment. Customized off and all. So totally randomized. Firehearts with the advantage at the moment might need just one more score. But we don't know if there is a RITE light. The distance may or may not have for some unexpected rekindling. There have certainly been some opportunities, this perhaps being one of them. But there it is. The objectively superior triumvirate proves victorious.
Thus end this night's proceedings.
All right, so a little bit of an experiment there of sorts. Throw in 2 level 5 CPUs, customize off against each other, and just seeing what happened. But of course, if we do have people who are in chat and ready to go, then we can certainly get you in at this point. So let me know if that is the case. Otherwise, we'll turn our default stuffs back on. And, I don't know, presumably, we will have a player 1 and a player 2 and not continue to just do CPU against CPU nonstop. Cacao available in about 5 to 10 minutes, so maybe after a RITE or 2. Okay. Anyone else in chat looking to hop in? Cacao, not just yet. Or alternatively, anything we'd like to scheme up for this next RITE, and by the time we're good to go, perhaps Cacao will be ready. Want to take a break from Pyre? Very busy. Okay, no worries, Honor. No worries. But is there anyone in chat, in that case, who would like to jump in here? Or are we perhaps looking at another CPU versus CPU? Might we be? iRotor's available, okay. iRotor's available, and I can jump in as the second person if necessary. Let's get iRotor in first, and I suspect Cacao is not yet ready, but we will see. Alright, so... iRotor, are you showing up on Steam? Where are you? Not at the moment. That's odd. It has been a little while, hasn't it? Good to have you back, though. I know you've been in chat, but it feels like it's been several weeks since we last had you actually in and participating in the matches themselves. There you are. There we go. Okay. All right, so we have months, perhaps. Yeah, I mean, combine my being out of commission for a little bit with you, I think, not having participated for at least the past several weeks that we've been streaming Pyre, and that might add up to a few months at this point. So we definitely have one. In that case, as I was saying, I can be the second, but if there is anyone else in chat who's interested and available who would like to be that person, then I would prioritize getting you in. No, Cacao said he's potentially available in a little bit, but maybe not just yet.
Hello?
Yeah, Rotor, how are you?
I think I pressed the reset button by accident.
I think you did, but no worries. Didn't have too much set up here. So, will you be withdrawn today?
Yes.
Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna put you on player 2 on the assumption that if I am jumping in, then I may end up being player 1. Rotor, I must ask, have you been following the World Cup at all?
No.
Okay, I was
not
going to
really.
say, your country was just playing just before the start of the stream. I will not spoil the result if that is something that you have been...
I don't care.
Okay, no worries. Alright, we have iRotor. I have not seen any volunteers outside of that, unless, again, Cacao is available now, but I don't think I've heard that that is the case. So why don't I jump in as the other person then? And then perhaps Cacao will be available soon thereafter. Again, let us know if there is anything you guys would like to see for this first one, and we can certainly make that happen, but this is going to be the first one of the night for both of us here. Let's see. Let me just verify if Remote Play agrees with me that... Oh, iRotor is both player 1 and player 2. You love to see it. Well, let me plug in a controller first and foremost.
Ah, wait. I can fix that.
Alright, my controller's plugged in now. Remote Play is still being mysterious. Let's see. If I do this, at the moment, Pyre is suggesting I'm actually player 2. It would seem. Alright, I guessed wrong. Okay, there we are. Switch sigils. And theoretically, now we should be good to go. Okay, perfect. Not seeing any requests from chat, so why don't we just get this one started then?
The Pyre Hearts versus the Withdrawn. Welcome.
Wait a second. What did I not? Oh, I didn't switch our sigils in on the menu. Should I do that?
Sure.
Let's just avoid that confusion. There we go. That should be better.
The Withdrawn shall now face
And from the glade
Pyre Hearts.
to the fall,
Welcome.
no requests, so you're free to take whatever you'd like here.
Who shall conduct the rites?
I don't remember. Was I playing last week / the week prior at all? Or have I not played since we... No, I think I did play last week, because I was going to say, but if iRotor hasn't played for a while, and if I haven't played for a while, what's the last time we both played each other? Probably not for quite some time. Nope. That's what I wanted.
Ametha.
I wrote her leading Sap, and then going Titan Tooth in the second spot. I went Titan Tooth on Pamitha, a saluting Pamitha at that. And then on the bottom, I'll go with the most stylish man in the downside. And a Banishing Throw Dalbert in the last spot for iRotor. I'll finish with Tizo. Of the Web Lanthorn variety. And we'll get started.
Now begin. Into the adversary's flame.
There, Kadoke. Let's see here. Oh, well, that's extremely unfortunate. Little bit short of the target there, I'm afraid. Oh, I was about to pass it to him. I was about to pass it to him. I would prefer if you didn't do that to Gareth. He did nothing wrong. Ow. Nope. Don't snipe them all. Extremely rude. I would like for someone to return right about now, please. Preferably about 1 second sooner would have been even better.
Glory first to the withdrawn.
Oh, not quick enough. Not quick enough, I'm afraid.
The orb is up.
No. That imp. That imp. Go away. No. All these just couple steps short. That's a Banishing Throw, and it's gonna hurt. But away I go. Oh, that's not what I wanted you to do. Nor was that. Finally, there we go.
Throwing in the orb. A show of strength from the dissident's rivals.
No, the Titan Tooth, though. Oh, it's double Titan Tooth, actually. I was avoiding that matchup previously for that reason, but I forgot that I can, threaten in the same way. Nope. Oh, no! He lined it up. He lined it up.
Shall the withdrawn further press their
Nope, that was not ideal. That's also not ideal, to tell you the truth. That's not who I wanted there. Nope. Ooh, I walked straight into that one. I'm afraid I walked straight into that one, and I'm afraid I walked right away from that banishment. Ooh, tried to fake one way, go the other. I did neither. Hello there. How's it going? Ooh, just barely. Ooh, cut it short a little bit, even with the quick throws. That was not what I meant to do. No. No. Bad sap. Bad sap. You still have someone back. Okay. Alrighty then. Well, I'm clearly going this way.
do it. Done.
What is this nonsense? Good sap? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Nope. I'll be honest, that was a complete accident.
The orb has hit the mark.
Ooh, that was close. No, nope, that's up. That's not great. That's not ideal, I'm afraid. Oh, no, neither was that. Ow.
Poor exile. A rather cunning trick. Your victory is at hand.
Oh, not quite. No, and I didn't get that. Didn't get that one off either. No, he's going for it. Okay, well, I just flat out can't stop this, I'm afraid.
A devious maneuver.
No, I didn't destroy it. Oh, dear. That wasn't great either. No, I ran the wrong way. Well maneuvered. Well maneuvered, and it's close. And it is very close. No, we're not fast enough either. I had it for a few plays there, the timing of it. But not this time, I'm afraid. Oh, I was just going in.
GG.
But that works too. GG.
The Pyre Hawks prevail. Their adversaries came ever so close. The
Cal, you can hop in now?
is ended.
Perfect. All right, in that case, let's head on back.
The stars align.
And Cacao, if you would like, you can take my place. Let's see. Let me unplug my controller and send you the invite. There we go. Like being player 2 as well? Well, a little bonus then. All right. In that case, I'm assuming Cacao will be, what, accusers for you today? Yeah? Okay. Amen. No more Pyre Hearts. Yes. Users. And there we are. Yeah, let's check controls, and let me make sure that you have controls on Steam as well. That's also important. Feels like it's been a little while since we had you as well, Cacao. I know you've also been in chat, for sure, but did we get you in to actually play last week, or did we not? I mean, I suppose that is generally the case when we've not been doing nearly as much Pyre as usual. Haven't played in about a month, yeah. Yeah, I suppose that comes to the territory when we have not been playing as much as of late, so well, good to have you back. And not seeing any requests from chat at the moment, unless there is anything we'd like to see between these two. Of course, this will be Cacao's first match. I wrote her second match, so up to you as to whether you think that warrants a warm-up still, or if we ought to throw more chaos straight at them right off the bat. But let us begin.
The withdrawn
True.
shall confront
True.
the accusers. Welcome.
No requests for this one, so up to you to take whatever you'd like. It is, of course, Irota's home arena. Yeah, so is it... So is RITE NITE now starting later or earlier for those that did not do daylight savings? Later? Okay. So for those of you in Europe and who are just generally east of me, it's truly a RITE night in this case, whereas perhaps otherwise it'd be more of a RITE afternoon, at least in the US. Western time zones tends to be the case. Canadians. 11 p.m. Now 12:30 a.m. Yeah. That is always the tough thing, of course, when it comes to having as wide a group of players as we have geographically. We have people who are possibly as much as 12 hours apart or close to it. When you look at both extremes. How far apart is it? I think you guys are 8 hours ahead of me. And then, but I'm on the East Coast. West Coast is 3 hours, so it's, what, 11 hours, I think? I think it's 11 hours, for the most part, between the easternmost people and the westernmost people. At least when it comes to those who are usually participating directly in the rites. I think we have some people who are even further east. Out in Oceania and whatnot.
You only pick 3 masteries. Okay.
Oh, yep, heads up. It's an exploding Gilman. Our rotor has gone Imp, Sap, and Kerr, the same general setup that he went with in the previous match, or at least from an exile standpoint. For Cacao, it's been Tizo and Gareth. And now that exploding Gilman locked in. So here we go. So that means first one between iRotor and Cacao. As we were saying before, iRotor's previous match, his first one in what he was saying was several months, and similar story for Cacao here. So it has definitely been a while. And Cacao is going for some wall bouncing nonsense here, but plows through the entirety of iRotor's team here, and there's no one back to defend. So that's Gareth plunging for 20. And he had prayer beats, so he's already back. And there he is, but he's getting quickly banished by some aggressive exploding sapling plays from iRotor. And throwing this one in for 25 with that sap. Gareth off the wall, but into the sapling, so he's down. And iRotor goes for the quick counter here with Dalbert. 20 damage on this plunge. Gareth blocks this time. Tries to get it back, but this time banished. Gareth not giving up here, but he does go down once more. Rotor with Palmas. Oh, everyone down here. Opening that means for Gareth. Have to wonder if Cacao was maybe trying to go off the wall there, but having not pulled that off, decided to just walk that one in. Of course, does still have that prayer bead, so Gareth is back, as we see here. And that looked like a Titan Tooth stun. Slowing iRotor for a second there, and almost giving enough time for Cacao to make it in, but not quite. Gareth off the wall and some serious jumping distance there. And Core, thanks for the sub. Appreciate the support. How are you doing? Good to see you. We're in a match between iRotor and Cacao here, and as we were just saying, it has been a while since both of these guys have played. A quick throw, but it's intercepted by iRotor. Almas, he's stopped. Gareth into a wall of green auras. Almas. Patiently. Now makes his move. It's a quick throw. Good for 22. Cow has it back, but intercepted. Cow makes the defensive play there. Can only last for what would likely be 2 more iRotor scores. But does make it in here for 15 with his worm. And that gets us awfully close here. But of course, iRotor does have Palmas the sap, and therefore may have some rekindling. Iroder with it back here, and suddenly has a portal he can go through with Delbert. But he's banished. Cacao with an opportunity, although accidentally went through his portal, taking him away from the orb and slowing him down from what would have perhaps otherwise been a scoring opportunity. But instead, enough time for Cacao for Iroder to recover and stop that Cacao attack. Now here's Iroder pressing forward with no one back to defend. So time for this 25 damage throw and drops Cacao down to 8. And therefore likely one score, all that Iroder needs here. Delbert has the banishing throws. Doesn't take anyone out that time. In fact, he goes down. Big exploding sapling, although Cacao nearly finds way around it. Has it back with Gilman, tries to speed through, but is blocked. Has it back though, retreats, tries again, explodes on Palmas. Now here's Gareth, banishes one, but unfortunately, the orb is within the safety of that sapling. Even if Iroder does not have anyone back defensively, that sapling is more than enough. And that could have been big. Oh, but here comes Cacao. Persistence does pay off, and now suddenly we could find ourselves in a one-score match here again. Some questions as to whether Iroder has some rekindling there on Palmas, in which case he would have a second life bar. Cacao would need it to be Gareth. But there is the rekindling. Yes, it is a second life bar. So now truly a sudden death match here. Either team scoring with any character would almost certainly be enough. Iroder trying to charge up that quick throw. But even then, still not enough time for Palmas. Cacao clearing out space with the explosions from both of his exploding characters, making room for Gareth. And there it is.
You have to re-invite me after that.
Okay, no worries.
Pretty serious one.
A narrow victory, yet nonetheless commendable. The rite is complete.
Well played, you two. Let's head on back.
Until the next rite.
All right, let me get Iroder back in here as soon as we're back in the menu. What's up, SSC? Now everyone comes swarming in. Okay, let's see. All right, let's get Iroder. Oh, and that's all for Cacao. All right, well, thanks for stopping by, Cacao. Good to have you. Let's see. Pleasure to have you, as always. But speaking of which, let me just verify the order in which people expressed interest. I think it was Core, followed by SSC, by the looks of things. In that case, Core, if you are still available, I can get you in here. And Cacao, as his parting gift, his last surprise, is to turn Customize off. So that is how Core will be coming in here with his first match of the night up against Iroder. Let me set ourselves up here. Dread design for a song as well. Okay. Pretty sure that Steam Remote Play was telling me that Iroder is player 3, however that works. So, not really sure what that means in terms of who's player 1 or player 2. Let's see.
Can you re-invite me? I don't see it.
Huh.
Like crash or something.
Okay. Sure. Alright, resent. I'm gonna see what player it says Core is. None of the players, apparently. Okay. Theoretically, Core might be player 1, Iroder might be player 2. If one of you could just try to confirm that. That'd be great.
I'm player 1 then.
Okay. Let me set you guys up in that case. Little flip. So again, customize off for this first one between iRotor and Core. So that means, of course, randomized exiles, masteries, and talismans. Won't even get to see what those are in advance, just going to get thrown straight into the action. We do have a strong request for Dread design. So that much we can be certain about. Let's also flip the sigils. Core, who would you like to represent today? Pyre Arts?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. All right. There we are. Okay. And if you guys are ready to go, then let's get started.
The Pyre Hearts,
And it's the Isle of Kalamer.
the withdrawal.
Double sap and a nomad for Core. Double demon and a crone for iRotor. One of those demons for iRotor is Orlek, mind you. That is, I think, possibly or very close to the single lowest hope combination of exiles that iRotor could have. It's very high risk in that case. If he does start to lose characters like this, it's going to be a very long time until he gets them back. So he needs to play carefully, but that Mooncrest does help. Black Hearts, that's on Jody, it looks like. Mooncrest for, oh no, that was once again, I think. iRotor, for a second I thought both players had it. Again, randomized exiles, masteries, and talismans. So I have to see what we can piece together here. We certainly know about the Mooncrest. I think we saw a shoulder smash from Core's Headwind, if I'm not mistaken, a little bit earlier. And we know about that cursed talisman. There's always at least one, right? And at the moment, it means that Jody is a Howler, who notably does not have an aura and therefore cannot defend against Headwind there. Although, as you just saw, iRotor did start with 170 Pyre Life. He must have had both of the Demon starting Pyre Life masteries. It's a nice advantage to have then again, given how we have two saps. On Core's side, might see a fair bit of rekindling on the second life bar for him. That's Orlek, jumping in for 25. No prayer beads for him. And that is the temporary infinite stamina on Jody kicking in. That is the plus side of Blackheart when it does not turn her into a Howler.
Well, I dare say.
And iRotor does find a way to jump in with her, so iRotor building some momentum here.
Edwin is back. Struggle on.
Big plays there with all the banishments from iRotor, but getting stuck behind those imps. Slowing him down from what was potentially a scoring opportunity there. Orlek shoulder smash. Now, perhaps, the tables have turned. Core well shielded. Speaking of shields, well, he has a lot of them. Looks like he has it on both of his saps, perhaps. Just four for it.
100%? That's what it feels like.
Is what at 100%?
Mooncrest. He keeps respawning with no timer every time.
Remain vanished.
A Luminous Idol we just saw is what Orlek has, so he gets full stamina when he picks up the orb. And banishes the opposition here. With just enough time to throw that in for 25. Yeah, I think we've determined now, we've seen enough sap masteries that we know Core does not have the maximum rekindling, but that is a huge banishment for Core, series of banishments. Core locking down the orb with the sapling, explodes it. Blackheart working in iRotor's favor that time with Jody. But she's banished again. Does not trigger this time, the Mooncrest, and so there was a moment there. Her Core did have a window. But now iRotor getting two defenders back. And here's Orlek. Just narrowly avoids the exploding sapling, but does eventually get banished. Core still in full strength here. But a big banishment from my rotor. And he throws that one in. And there it is. It's 60. 60 on the rekindling. Okay, that's the maximum, apparently. So it is the second life bar for Core. As we're saying, a lot of starting Pyre life for iRotor, but that is a 30 damage plunge for iRotor, and that means one more of those. Either from Vorfrit, who is gone in this round after plunging, or from Jody, and that would be enough, but iRotor defenseless here. As we were saying, very low hope team for iRotor, and Leech for Core on that sap as well. That could be significant, because now at 43 Pyre life means that Core cannot be taken out with just one score here. It would require at least 2. Of course. Of course, the Flame Leech. iRotor banished with Jody and does not come back instantly this time with the Moon Crest. That leaves just Vorfrit back defensively. And she's banished. But now Jody returns. Blackheart gives her the stamina. She goes marauding through, banishing the entirety of Core's team. And if iRotor is quick, this is an opportunity. As we were saying, that Leech was significant. That would have been the final score had it not been for that Leech on the previous sap throw that we saw Core get recently. Orlek. And there it is.
Good game.
The withdrawn prevail. 'Twas as though the scribe
These were some interesting composition.
thus end this night's proceedings.
GG. Very unusual compositions on both sides there. Double demon for one, double sap for the other.
Until the stars align.
That would have been better if the sap at least had like critical shot or something. Not the sap, the normal.
Yeah. Well, I think it did. It just didn't have the goals bracer.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I guess critical shot timing is a bit tricky. Without goals present.
All right, well, let us know, chat, if there's anything we'd like to see between these two. As I was saying, I think we're going to keep this stream to somewhere between 1 and 2 hours. So I know SSC had expressed interest earlier, so we might look to get him in after this one, maybe. Might be the best way to
play like 2 more games.
Okay, sounds good. So in that case, let us know if there is anything else we'd like to see between Core and iRotor. Otherwise, we should turn Customize back on.
So if you just have like 1 more hour or whatever, then we probably should give people less time for requests.
Yeah.
They can think about it while the match is going.
Yeah. And seeing no such requests, let's hop in. And we'll just have you two take whatever you'd like to take. Keep things moving.
The Pyre hearts shall now face the withdrawn.
No requests for this one,
Welcome.
so you can take whatever you'd like here.
Who shall conduct the rites? Sir,
4 leads with an extra jumping distance Gilman. iRotor leads with a quick throwing, little bit of rekindling, Palmas.
messenger.
Super Portal, Web Lanthorn, Messenger Imp for Core in the second spot. Titan Tooth Metacur with Dalbert for iRotor. Or was thinking Panther. Takes the same masteries, but instead opts for an exploding Zaxiana. Then Web Lanthorn on Raji for Iroder. And here we go. Players choosing their teams this time round. And it's Core getting us started. Flying in there with Zaxiana. She had the Exploding Talisman, not Pyre, so she is out for this round. 4. Down with Gilman this time. He has returned to defend against a very quick throwing Palmas, as we saw. Iroder take that quick throwing Talisman, helping to set up that 25 damage there. Dalbert narrowly avoids banishment. Gets some of the stamina back, loops around, but gets stunned by Titan Tooth. Oh no, does the stunning with Titan Tooth. Helping to set up a 14 damage throw there. Had to cut it slightly short to get it off in time as one of Core's defenders was approaching. 4 retreats with Gilman. Tries again, this time goes for an unblockable throw. Landing for 15. 4 back with Gilman. That one doesn't go anywhere. Iroder, the quick throw. A little bit abbreviated there. Just 17 rather than the full 25. 4, returning the favor this time for 10. And if they do go back and forth like this, of course, we did see that Iroder took a little bit of rekindling, just 10, but that does mean he has a little more life than would first appear. And he has a little more scoring potential if it is Core always scoring with Gilman, who maxes out at 15, versus we've tended to see Iroder going with Palmas, who of course maxes out at 25. So for all those reasons, an exchange that Iroder would be happy to take. This time with Delbert. Stuns with the Titan Tooth, and was unsure whether to plunge or throw there, but had time for neither with that hesitation, and now it is Core following up with 20 damage from Zaxiana. Again, no prayer beads on her, so she's gone. Throw from Core. Doesn't go anywhere as he's blocked, but there is again the Titan Tooth stun. Just enough to give enough time for Delbert to make it in here for 20. Of course, Titan Tooth means he's gone for this round, though. Or it's Zaxiana again. No Dalbert defensively for Iroder. And now no Palmas either. He has returned after that Web Lanthorn play. Palmas. Does Iroder wait for Raji? Or will it be all Palmas here? Well, Core gets it back. But suddenly Core defenseless. Opportunity for Iroder
GG.
to seal the deal.
The withdrawn prevail. Their pyre burns whilst that of their adversaries is but ash.
GG.
The rite is done.
All right, let's head on back.
Until the next rite.
And I think we were saying we'll try to squeeze in one more here between Core and Iroder before we get someone else in here. I know SSC had expressed interest, so perhaps have him swap in. But let us know if there is anything you'd like to see between Core and Iroder. Otherwise, we'll get this one started. Never to return withdrawn. Okay. So we have our song lined up. That does feel like one that we don't hear very often. Looks like that may be all, though. So let's get started.
The Pyre Hearts versus the Withdrawn. Welcome. Who shall conduct the rites?
All right, so no requests affecting your team composition here. It is up to you to select whoever you would like. Core goes once again for a distance jumping Gilman in the first spot. Then it's Exploding Talisman on Raji. Of course, the Imps do have access to exploding capabilities through their masteries, but Ironer goes a different route with the masteries and then uses the Talisman to achieve that same objective. Snadra in the next spot for Core. Prayer beats Pamitha for our rotor. Core goes Leech on Bertrude there. And Rotor finishes with a meta Vids. Heartbright into Shoulder Smash. We'll have to see how that matchup plays out, because of course, that would seem to be advantage Nomad in that case. They are, I believe, starting on opposite sides of the arena, so perhaps Ironer thought that was reason enough to feel safe about it. But here comes Ironer, and there is the Shoulder Smash, that time on the Imp, though. Or almost made a move there with Bertrude, but Ironer stops it. Ironer was looking to pick up the orb, but accidentally went through his portal instead. That portal is close to Core's Pyre, though. And Ironer does make it in here for 20 on that plunge. Did see Core take some extra starting Pyre life, so still above 100 even after that plunge. Aggressive plays there. Ironer trying to go through the portal, but now the counterattack from Core. Snadra down, though. Bertrude blocked, and now banished. Amitha makes it in here for Ironer, and now Core down below 100. Ironer switches into Vids, and she has just enough time to make it through here for 30 on that plunge. Ironer loses the Imp, but has a dangerous portal, but is now defenseless. So time for Core to do whatever he'd like with the orb. And he opts for a 30 damage Crone Throw and also 15 Leech, so net 45 point play there for Core. But not this time for Bertrude. Gilman brings Bertrude back, but goes down himself. Except Ironer has an Imp hanging out next to Core's Pyre there, sneaking in for the 13 damage throw. Are we professionals? Is Pyre a profession? I don't know. Perhaps we are. Ironer trying to avoid the wall of defenders, all chasing after him. Vids wants the orb, but actually goes down to that Bertrude cast. And Snadra could have made it in, but instead Core goes for Bertrude. And it is a worthy switch there, because that's 10 more damage and 15 Leech. Snadra for Core, trying to bring back friends. Shoulder smashes the would-be attacker. But it's Gilman's turn here with 15. And that Leech for Core has become a big factor here, as these two were close. The momentum is certainly swinging in Core's favor. Bertrude somehow emerges unscathed there. But is Iroda still on the orb here? Not for long. Gets Soxiana back. That throw is unblockable if there's enough on it, and there just barely is, but it is not enough to finish the job here. Iroda holding on with 3 Pyre life, but running out of time. As we were saying, the leech is adding up. Core all the way back up to 88 Pyre life after that one. Snadra and Gilman just playing keep away. Oh, and that was the moment for Core starting to make his move. And it was nearly the opening he needed. Through the portal, though, goes Iroda. Oh, and nearly hard pushed his way through, but just not enough on that. Vids back. Oh, but through the portal.
GG.
Setting up a winning plunge. GG. Well played, you two. It's a lot of fun. If you've never seen it before. Some compare it to basketball. There are certainly some similarities, but basketball, hockey, something like that. Somewhere in between. I am a Pyre Pro. Alright, well. Of course, very boastful. I think we were saying that if we were trying to get SSC in still, that perhaps this was the right time to do it. Oh, and thanks for the... Yeah, good. Thanks for stopping by. Glad you found the Gwent Vids useful. Boastful? Nah, just correct. I don't know, I'd argue that's pretty boastful right there. Alright, but as I was saying, I think we're going to keep this one to, at most, probably about 2 hours, as I'm still working my way back a little bit here. And so for that reason, if SSC, you are still available...
Yeah.
Okay.
Just give me a sec.
No worries.
Should be online on Steam now.
See? Oh, I have clicked on the wrong thing. Hold on. There you are.
Okay.
Hold on. It has decided that I did not actually click on your name. I clicked on a different name. One moment while I actually click on the correct name. Replay. Stay still. There we go. That should be the right person now.
Okay.
Core. All right. Well, we should be getting Core versus SSC here. Iroda switching out. Thank you for stopping by, Iroda. Good to have you back. And SSC, is that you on player 2 there?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. And accusers for you, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me just set you up here. Right, and we'll take you off the withdrawn and onto the accusers. Okay, let us know, chat, if there's anything you'd like to see between these two. Core is asking Phaler what he ought to do for his setup. Of course, in the absence of any requests, we'll have the players take whatever they'd like, or in the case of Core, maybe he will voluntarily do whatever Phaler has chosen for him. Anor turns Customize off, though, right before Phaler says that he ought to take Triple Demon. Well, Customize off means randomize exiles, masteries, and talismans. Won't even get to see what they are in advance. Means no warm-up for SSC here, getting thrown straight into the fire. So let the chaos commence. For me, it's shown just before. Maybe it was nearly simultaneous. Okay, so it is Demon, Harp, Crone for Core. It is Crone, Cur, Sap for SSC. That Demon is Orlek, in fact, for Core, and Core experimenting a little bit to see if he has any of the salutes. Did not, but didn't stop him from plunging there. Of course, don't know what the talismans are, but it looks like Tamitha is out for this round after that plunge, so no prayer beads on her. That leaves Core at just 2 players for this round. Barker, Pressessy, sneak around past those imps and past Orlek there, but dispossessed by Orlek before he can make it in. Orlek. Jump is blocked, but Orlek still causing trouble. Knocking back defenders and goes the throwing route here, cutting it a little bit short to keep it quick, just 10 rather than the full 25 there. Fairy Spirits for infinite stamina whenever anyone picks up one of those globules. But that won't stop SSC from making it in here for 30 damage. No prayer beans on Bertrude, though, for him. So Bertrude's now gone for this round. Okay, the Fairy Spirit is on Barker, it seems. And Core picks up the Orb and the Moondrop. And also picks up this 25 damage throw. Barker with Thrash Pack, that's true. Randomly at that. That throw is unblockable from Core, but a little bit abbreviated. Just 21 damage there. And Core may be able to finish this one with 1 score. But Tamitha does not have enough damage. It drops SSC down to 4. SSC may have Rekindling with Volfred. Don't know if we can say definitively one way or the other, but may have a second life bar. Udamilda for Core. Throws it at his own Pyre deliberately to bounce it out. And a duel of the Crones, which Core wins, but I think he's trying to wait it out until he gets Orlek back, of course. Orlek, the character with the longest respawn time, so he has to be very patient here. But here is Orlek, and immediately lands on the sapling, and down he goes, so it's another 30-second wait for Core. When SSC was trying to make a move there, but suddenly it's a 1v1. That throw is unblockable. And 30 rekindling. That means 10 from the mastery, and it must have been 20 from a talisman as well. The only way we could have seen that precise number on the second life bar from SSC, so you don't see that one every day. SSC on the move here, but sneaks through for 20 damage with his Cur. Tamitha sneaks past. It gets 11, which is significant, because that means if Tamitha is to score, she does have enough damage. Any of Core's characters, in fact, have enough damage here, as long as it's a full damage score, and there it is.
Okay, good game.
GG.
Not a fan of that sap out in front.
Mm.
Not what you want to lead with.
Are you a Zap fan? In general?
Not really.
Well, let us know, chat, if there's anything you'd like to see for the next one. Otherwise, we'll have them take whatever they'd like to take. But at the very least, we'll turn Customize back on, unless that's, of course, something that you'd like for us to do for this one as well.
I have a request. Can we do Glade?
Blade?
Yeah.
Hey up! There we go. Okay, sure. Blade of Lose, says Core. So Arena is set. Anything else, or will that be it? Oh, Okay. Okay, Core. I see you. I see you.
What?
Oh, no, nothing. Nothing. I see.
Glade.
You know, just a good old-fashioned Glade.
Yeah. Well, actually, it's new fashion because of the mod, but
I suppose so. Something wild if you're not participating? I mean...
well, not this one.
Core definitely is not up to anything here. It's...
You can start it, Liz, so that no one replies.
Core definitely is not scheming something up. Definitely not up to anything here. Oh, I see. I see. Okay, huh. Anor, would you like that for this one or the next one? Do we squeeze it in here?
Welcome.
Do the next one.
The next one?
Who shall conduct the
Anor says this one, though. But Anor says it's this one.
Okay.
I'm afraid there is no escape from Falcon Run. Hold on. I need to add one Mr. Falcon Run right here.
Do we need Dirty Deal?
Oh, we do also need Dirty Deal. That is true. That is true. Hold on. Hold on. That is very true. I'm not sure it was faster going this way, but alas. There we are. Okay. All right. Anor, I believe, is the league leader in Falcon Rod requests by perhaps a significant margin at that. But generally speaking, when the Falcon Rod requests come in, I tend to insist on the requester participating in the rite. Anor has said she is not going to do so today, though, and is instead going to mess with Core and SSC.
Well, now I feel like I have to go Bottled Void, even though I wasn't planning to.
Whoa, wait, what? What's a Bottled Void? I mean, I've heard of Can Singularity, but Bottled Void? So that is an Exploding Gilman in the first spot for Core. Then SSE goes Exploding Deluge in the first spot. So both players leading off Worm. And it's an extra starting Pyre Life Snadra in the second spot for Core. Luminous Idol Tamitha for SSC, so he will gain full stamina whenever he picks up the orb with Tamitha. Then, hold on a sec. Wait, what? False Step plus Bottled Void? No, surely not. So if the stowaway there gets banished at the end of her jump, she will respawn from where she initiated that jump, and with that talisman, when she respawns, she will suck in neighboring exiles like a vacuum cleaner, and if they fall within her aura, then they will get banished. I've never heard of that one before. There's a first time for everything.
Never before seen strategy. First time you saw it.
And Titan Tooth on Barker, so he will stun anyone that he jumps into for SSC. Oh, but the stowaway blocked here, and Titan Tooth stuns her, in fact. So a little bit of time for SSE. The Core has it back, and there's the stowaway curving in with that jump for 20. But no prayer beads on her, so that means she is gone for this round. Tamitha. 4. Gilman brings back Snadra. Back to Snadra. Or just playing keep away here.
Hold up. Okay, whenever I jump, I'm automatically passing it. And I have no idea why.
Oh, that's weird.
You alright to keep going?
Yeah, just give me a second. Like, I'm gonna
Okay.
jump here. Oh, that was really weird.
Huh.
Oh, is it fixed now?
Yeah, it seems like it's fine now.
Right.
Alright, you ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
All right. Core trying to dodge the cast. Back to Snadra. The Throw is just short. SSC on the counter, and makes it all the way through here. Plunging for 20. Now does not have prayer beats. And so he is down Barker in this round. 4. With Snadra. Gilman. Stowaway. There is that can singularity triggering. Clearing out some room for the Stowaway to plunge through here for 20. Means she's gone for this round, though. Big banishment there as almost everyone down. In fact, temporarily everyone was down on Core's side. That means time and space. Press the C to make it in for 20 on that. Once again, curve plunge with Barker. Oh, and Core somehow still got that throw off. Had to make it quick, though. Just 8 here. Snadra. Stowaway.
Okay, okay, stop. Something is happening. I think when he's passing it, it's switching my character.
When I'm passing it?
Something like that. Is there anything that you're doing that's... Because it's not it's passing when I'm not trying to. It's very bizarre.
Oh, is it when I sprint? No, it's not happening now.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know either.
It's weird. Okay, we can restart.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, go.
Tamitha. Shoulder smashed. Stowaway. Makes it through here. Good for 20. Gilman stopped. Snadra. Back to Gilman. Now just Gilman. And oh, he had Seize Chance active there, so actually got a little bit of bonus damage all the way up to 19, whereas he would usually cap out at just 15. And that means 1 score, perhaps all that Core will need here, as any of his characters could have enough as long as it is a full damage score. Stowaway, cornered, but finds a way out of it. Gilman down. Still with the Stowaway, though. Bit of an opening for her, perhaps. Core opts not to pursue it. Oh, and everyone down now. Oh, except the Stowaway with false step. Looks like an opportunity for SSC. Here's Core. Snadra. Shoulder smashes the defender. Snadra's portrait is hanging out on top of SSC's Pyre. There is the Stowaway coming back and activating that canned singularity. SSC has been dangerous with Barker, and that trend continues. I don't know, Honor. That's a good question. As I said, you have definitely been the primary, or the most often, Falcon Ron summoner. Oh, and big interception there by SSC from what would have otherwise been a winning score from Core. Yeah, there's a chance that these other two have not played a Falcon Ron match before.
Thought I summoned Falcon Ron.
You might have done it once. I don't know if Core has. Oh, and the Stowaway was right next to the Pyre and does follow up for the winning plunge.
Okay, good game.
I don't know if I had. Maybe once, but I don't think so.
The ceremony is complete.
GG.
Until the next rite.
All right, well, let us know, chat, if there's anything you'd like to see for this next one. Otherwise, we'll just reset
I'll
ourselves
do-
back to our defaults.
If someone else wants to get in, I'll do one more, and then someone else can play SSC for like the remaining.
Okay, is there absolutely worth it? Is there anyone else who would like to jump in? Core is offering to swap out after a match or two. As I was saying, I think we're going to keep things relatively short today. So if you are still thinking, if there is anyone in chat who would still like to jump in, then speak up now, because there may not be time to get you in later. I can say that definitively. There will not be time to get you in later if if you do not at least express interest at this present time. But I'm seeing neither any requests nor any individuals from chat who have expressed interest in jumping in here. So it looks like it might just be the two of you here, seeing things out. If that works for you too.
Yeah.
Alright, in that case, I suppose we'll just get this next one started. And have you two take whatever you'd like. Oh, and let me turn off the Falcon runs. Did we have a locked-in nest that I did not just reset either? Possibly. Possibly. Are we about to see another nest? Or rather, a glade? No, we're good. Okay. Well, then again. Then again.
Who shall conduct the rites?
What's this? Core leads with a power casting Snadra first, but you saw him start to set up. Something that looked a little familiar there. It's going to be Jody. I believe that was a quick throwing talisman, and possibly combined Celestial Spike to banish with those throws in the first spot for SSC. Webbed Lanthorn Messenger him, so he will bring back allies whenever he banishes someone for core. Thorned Knot on Tizo there for SSE. Don't see that one too often, but it does mean bigger implosions. Core goes for the quick throwing Manly. Though, don't think we saw any rekindling at all there. So no second life bar for Core in that case. While SSC finishes with Tamitha, Luminous Idol, so she'll get full stamina whenever she picks up the orb. And here we go. Big banishments from Snadra, getting rid of everybody. Orb inadvertently hits SSC's Pyre, bounces back out. Mere Snadra, though. So she'll get the rebound and throw it in for 20. Another big double banishment from Snadra. SSC eyeing the portal, but gets cornered there. That time, Orb once again inadvertently hits SSC's Pyre, but bounces out to a point where a little bit tougher for Core to pick it back up. And time for SSC to recover. SSC knocks back one defender and banishes another. 4. Now moving in with Manly, but he's taken out. Big explosion from Tizo as he goes down. Takes the caster down with him. And that means no one left for Core, but it also means there's that a Numbing Gust active there. So when everyone is banished on Core's side, prevents SSE from sprinting, jumping, throwing, or using any other special abilities. Here is SSE, flying through and in for 20 with Tamitha. Jody taken out. Tizo. Snadra chasing after and shoulder smashing him. Snadra's throw, good for 20 and 10 leech as well. And Jody shoulder smashed by Snadra as well. Snadra and now Tizo both taken out, leaving just Manly back defensively, and that's not enough to stop Tamitha here. Jody finished. Oh, and as is Tizo. Oh no. Oh dear. You hate to see it. Snadra taken out and takes out the defender. But that means still time and space for Manly to throw it in for 25 with that quick throwing talisman. And that means might just need one more score here from Core. Somehow SSE nabs the orb there very quickly with Tamitha. But she is stopped here. But huge implosion from Tizo. Here is the Numbing Cuss activating once again, and that is slowing down Jody significantly. Or trying to recover defensively, has it back with Manly, but he's stopped. SSE just trying to find a way through here with Jody and put on some good pressure there, but now he's defenseless. Oh, but Snadra cuts it short here. All the time in the world, it seemed, but it means SSE is still hanging on. SSE getting his defensive reinforcements here. And moves on to the attack, has a relatively dangerous portal. Let's Core back on it with Snadra. Taking out Jody. Oh, and SSE nearly heart pushing his way through there, inches away. Big implosion, though, leaves just Messenger back for Core. Probably not the character he wants to be going on the offensive with, although he can set up, and does set up, an extremely dangerous portal that he goes through. Or rather, no, that is SSE plunging there and resetting Core's portal. What would have been an automatic score had Core regained possession, but he did not in time. But still, one score all Core needs, and this is the portal he was looking to set up. But will SSE get back in time to stop him? Or through with Snadra, and takes it in for the win.
Good game.
Okay.
Such a well-conducted victory it was.
GG.
Thus end this night's proceedings.
All right, let's head on back.
Until the stars align.
And I'm thinking here that we're probably looking at 2 more rites. Our Liberation Rite ends here and now, our penultimate rite. Meaning that this would be our last chance to take any requests from chat, because of course, for our Liberation Rite, we'll just have both players taking their preferred setups. So if there is anything that you would like to see between Core and SSE before the night is through, then this is your chance to make it happen. So let us know. Otherwise, of course, we can have them take whatever they would like for this one as well.
Hang on.
Oh, perhaps SSE scheming something up here? No
we
skills! No masteries at all. Okay. You don't see that one too often. Does fundamentally change the manner of the match. But let's see. Does feel as though there are certainly some classes, some types of exiles that are more negatively affected than others.
Shall take all
Some that rely very heavily on those masteries to get anything done, whereas others that can still at least get by. Obviously, everyone is weaker,
who shall conduct the rites.
but to what extent is the primary question here. And can you still use a talisman to make up for whatever you're giving up by not having those masteries? So Core goes extra jumping distance on Gilman in the first spot.
Oh yeah, no masteries.
All right, I requested that. Mooncrest Orlek in the first spot for SSE. Of course, Orlek, stats-wise, probably the best character, but with that low hope, high risk of him taking a long time to come back from benchment, but that Mooncrest could potentially help him come back instantly. In some instances, at least. Vengeful Vow could also bring him back in some cases. Or also went Demon, though in his case it was with Ignarius. And for his last choice, Core goes Exploding Pamitha. And SSE goes Power Casting Lendl. Alright, so here we go in a Mastery List match.
The Pyre hearts are first.
Core gets things started with a 15 damage throw from his worm. So as we were saying, of course, all characters much weaker than usual. The question is, to what extent can the player still make some things happen here, even in the character's greatly weakened state? And here is SSE getting in a 15 damage throw of his own, tying us up at 85.
Burns just as true.
Orlek was a risky choice for SSE to take him, but there you see, 25 damage on that plunge. So at least in this case, it did pay off.
Shall prevail at this rate.
He will be gone for this round, though. SSE follows up with a 15 damage throw here. That means Orlek will return. Or does finish the unblockable throw.
Into the flame.
SSE there, you see, just a little hesitant to commit Orlek because he potentially could have a 30-second respawn if his Mooncrest Talisman does not kick in. If it does, then he comes back instantaneously. But it is no guarantee. Now, getting aggressive here with Orlek is SSE, and everyone banished. And so there is SSE, passing it back to Orlek and getting 25 damage on that plunge, and now one more of those is all SSE needs. Of course, no Orlek in this round as he just plunged with no prayer beads, but Lendl has enough damage. Deluge does not to finish it with one score. So we'll see if SSE tries to force the issue here, or perhaps waits until a later round in which he does get Orlek back. On the other hand, Core clearing out a little bit of room here. Side steps with Pamitha. Also moving forward here with Ignarius, and an opening perhaps for him. He makes it through. So that's good for 30. But now Orlek is back for SSE, and he has proved to be a dangerous weapon for him. Sidesteps the defender, and there it is. The winning plunge.
The accusers
The game.
prevail.
We're like
game.
so OP
Yeah.
They do deserve their
without
freedom
masters.
after all.
His just jump is too OP.
The right is
Yeah.
complete.
GG. All right, let's head on back.
Until the next right.
And as I was saying, I think, given how we are looking to wrap things up a little bit earlier than usual today, I think this will be our final rite of the night, our Liberation Rite here, so no requests from chat. We will instead enter our Liberation Rite protocol. So follow Solium back to, of course, the 4 masteries and talismans. Sermon intro on, and we'll go Never to Return, the version of Player 2, which in this case means the Accusers. So without further ado, let the Liberation Rites commence.
Hark, exiles. You stand upon the fall of Solium. You are gathered to conduct this rite. Cling to whatever shred of hope you have. Higher hearts, stand prepared. Accusers, stand ready.
Alright, so as we were saying, our final rite of the night, our Liberation Rite, no requests here. Both players taking whatever they would like to finish things off in style. And it is Zoxiana in the first spot for Core. Seen Core lead off with Worms a lot today, but not this time round. SSC goes for a ring on Jody. That means small stat boost, but more importantly, assuming he takes another one of those rings, we'll at the beginning of a round have infinite stamina for a short period on Jody, and infinite stamina demons, they are a sight to behold. Quite speedy indeed. That's a Web Lanthorn Messenger Imp for Core. Here is that second ring. It's on Tizo. Went for the infinite stamina portals as well, so definitely emphasizing that infinite stamina aspect. Or going Leech on Ignarius.
Brazen Mana, too.
The highest potential points play there, 40 damage with a Brazen Manor Demon, and then 20 Leech as well, coming from the Talisman for net 60. If Core can line all that up.
Talking about highest net, yes it is, but highest point is 48, right? The damage does.
And it is a saluting prayer beads harp in the last spot for SSE. Our final of the night, our Liberation Rite. Here we go. Core on the left representing the Pyre Hearts, SSE on the right representing the Accusers. Best of luck to you both. And there is
hearts proved their worth.
the winning plunge of our Liberation Rite.
They defeated utterly. Thus ends the Liberation Rite.
GG. That was, of course, our Liberation Rite, our final rite of the night. Thank you, everybody who participated in the rite today. Thank you, everybody who gave us the requests in chat as well. As I was saying, that was our final rite of the night, so I will duck out of Discord, but I will see you guys next week. And let us boot them from Steam Remote Play as well. But I'm not quite done with you yet, chat. That was, of course, our final rite of the night, our Liberation Rite. Thank you, everybody who participated in the rites, and thank you, everybody who gave us the requests in chat today as well. This was, of course, Pyre Community Rite Night. Multiplayer Pyre, the place for multiplayer Pyre. If you're interested in getting more involved in this kind of Pyre stuff, and the best way to do that is by joining the Rite Club Discord server, which you can do by clicking on that link right there. That is the place where we are coordinating all this stuff. My name is Lids. I'm host of these Rite Nights, which, as said, we're doing every Sunday. My streaming schedule nowadays is a little subject to change, given how I'm still working my way back a little bit from losing my voice. So Fridays is generally the one that's the most in question right now. We might be looking for a new game there. But Saturdays is Mass Effect 3 multiplayer, and as I was saying, of course, Sundays is Rite Night. Then Lids Vids on YouTube as well, posting the VODs for all those streams, so if you miss anything, you can catch it there as well. Also, doing some Gwent videos, the Witcher-themed card game on YouTube, new events for that come out every week, so lots of stuff for us to do there, as well as some Thronebreaker, the Gwent campaign. But if you haven't done so yet already, of course, you can also hit the follow button to get notification for when I go live. Also follow me on Twitter at LidsVids. I post there when I go live as well. But actually, the best place to stay up to date on all things Lids is by joining my own Discord group, which you can do by clicking on that link right there. But that's going to be it for me for tonight. So thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed the stream. And I'll catch you next time.